He's doing stuff that no other chiropractor does. Very unique, very special. He's the only one that knows how to do this. The arrogance is a major issue. Yeah, I see it. Hey guys, welcome back to Nashville Neck and Back. I'm Dr. Roberts. We've got a pretty cool reaction video for you today. This doctor, this channel, has been recommended quite a bit lately. And actually, I want to read a few comments that recommended him because I want to see if what people are saying about this guy is true once I do the reaction video for myself. So let's see. Where's this at? At El Pigtu 3 weeks ago commented that, where'd it go? Oh, do a reaction video for Ace Thayer. He seems to lump all chiropractors into a bad category and loves making fun of the Y-strap and ring dinger. I've never seen anyone review him. And although he does, I think that's a typo, does feel like he helps people, his arrogance is a major issue. And I dislike how he basically thinks any chiropractor besides himself is useless. So it sounds like this guy may have a God complex. You don't see that too often with chiropractors, although I personally have been around one chiropractor that was like that. Usually that's reserved for surgeons, and I can say that with certainty because my wife used to work in the medical field. She was a physician recruiter. She worked with all the way from nurses all the way up to the top, and she always confirmed that as well, that you get that sort of God complex with surgeons who just think that they're, you know, the best thing walking on the planet, and no patient's ever going to get better unless they do the treatment that they say, that type of thing. But anyway, let's see what else was said here. Don't forget Ace Thayer at SoCal Chiropractic. These ones read tower, just judgments, they do anything. Basically, everybody's saying the same thing, kind of an ego. Nothing works except for what he does. So without further ado, let's take a look and see what we have here. Here's his channel, SoCal Chiropractic. He has 160,000 subs, over 1,000 videos. I actually remember this guy because when I was in chiropractic college, I remember watching some of his videos. And he's been, if we go down here to oldest, 13 years ago. So he's been doing the whole YouTube thing for quite some time. If we go to popular, I guarantee he's got some big videos. Yeah, 7.5 million, 5.8 million, 4.3 million. So some big numbers, high six-figure videos there. But if we go here to latest, you can see something along the way has definitely changed because now he's getting 1.7, 2,000 views, not even 2,000, 2.3, barely, I mean, just not good at all. To have 160,000 subs and you can't even crack 2,000 views on a video is not good. So something along the way, maybe it is his attitude, maybe it is his God complex that people just got sick of. Maybe the quality of his videos changed. Maybe, I don't know, his channel just burned out. Who knows what could be, but we're going to take a look at this one right here. This one caught my attention. Let me show you the, the thumbnail first, if I can find it. Excuse me. Yeah, this one right here. Knee inflammation, knee pain fixed by chiropractor, neck cracking in 13 minutes. So anytime you see something like that where it's like, hey, the main focus of this video is going to be knee inflammation. This patient must have knee pain, but the thumbnail is showing him adjusting his neck. So that just triggered me to see like, hey, maybe this is worth watching. He's going to fix this guy knee pain with a cervical adjustment. Let's take a look. So here we are with, like I said, knee pain fixed by chiropractor, neck cracking, 13 minutes. Let's see what we have to work with here.
33-year-old me, or we call him the mayor in the office. He has knee pain and he's coming to me. We're going to treat his neck, yes, to get his knees better. And you're going to see that today in the first treatment. We're also going to treat his hand numbness, his grip strength, his sleep, his shoulder pain, and feet, all from a neck adjustment. Here's his range of motion. Here's his knee pain. Here's me talking about creaking his knees. And here's his grip strength. His x-rays suck. Giddy up.
I do like this adjustment though. It's a game changer.
That was good.
That was really good.
So my name is Mayur.
All right, so that's like SEO from like 10 years ago. The whole your YouTube chiropractor.
Game changer.
I'm sure he has that all over his website as well.
That was good.
That was really good.
Yeah, you'll see that on people's website. You know, your local chiropractor, that's just an SEO thing. It's kind of interesting that he does it on
So
YouTube
my name is
as well.
Mayur. Just turned 43. I'm a marketing analyst. About 3 years ago, I started noticing knee in my pain to the point where I couldn't bend it completely.
Pain in his knee.
It started on one knee
Gotcha.
and then actually moved to both knees. But I saw no swelling, and so I wasn't sure what that was. So I was taking a lot of ibuprofen to
Just to get through the day.
to get through the day. I was already going to acupuncture for my carpal tunnel and trigger finger. And then they noticed, like, hey, you know, you look like you're walking kind of funny. And I said, yeah, you know, I started getting this pain. I don't know, you know, like what's causing it. And so from then I was getting adjusted.
Chiropractic after that, or at the same time?
At the same time. I felt some improvement, you know, but obviously it's still
I think you
there.
said you had low back pain or something. That went away.
Yeah, although, yeah.
But the knees never got any better, and the carpal tunnel never got any better.
No, I mean, the purple's gone. It's just more the fingers now, the trigger finger.
Whatever, he has no
but yeah,
grip.
it's pretty
He has
much.
no grip strength.
Yeah, no grip.
So just a couple weeks ago, he was still going to a chiropractor.
Correct.
And he found me on Thumbtack. I
Thumbtack,
forgot.
yeah, exactly,
That's funny.
yeah.
My first
So I can already kind of see what some people, I mean, his body language is kind of like, yeah, I'm the best thing going today. So I can see how that would already turn some people off. He just kind of, let's watch more before I jump into that. Before I make any.
on Thumbtack. I think that's hilarious. I thought I was giving up on that thing. I almost took all my ads down because I hadn't heard it from anybody. The interesting thing, he's behind the computer all the time, but he likes to run. He likes to exercise. And he's a little depressed because he can't do the things he enjoys, which is running and which is doing things. So I am happy he's here because we're going to make him better, and we're going to do it an unconventional way. We ain't going to frickin' touch his knees, and he's going to get better. He's like, I know he's laughing, but he sort of believes it too. That's why he's here. Rear-ended in 2008, snowboarding accidents, lots of playing basketball. So the guy's athletic, even though he doesn't look it, he's athletic. I had similar injuries from.
So that was a pretty rude insult there. So to me, he's probably one of those guys that gives a lot of back-end comments or says stuff in a joking way, even though he's not joking, and it's more insulting. Yeah, okay.
Golf, and I totally sympathize with him because I understand how sucks to not be able to do the things you want to do. See how he turns? He has to turn his whole body. He doesn't turn his neck. His neck is all stiff like this. And so you can see it right here on the camera that he has problems with his neck.
You know, that's the furthest I can go left.
Yeah,
And
so you guys can see it, right? The x-rays are pretty interesting because they're not really that screwed up. His reverse curve is
So he just said the x-rays suck, and now he's saying that they're not that screwed up. So that's interesting.
definitely there. Some arthritis. His back's arthritis. He has a short leg. You know, you're looking for the old smoking gun. And really, I think it's his occiput.
Mayur's x-rays show 5 millimeter imbalance, occiput tilt, and right TMJ. Here we have a 6 millimeter right short leg rib calcification. Here we have 1/3 atlas wear, low reverse curve, and mild arthritis, sway back, and mild arthritis in the low back.
What kind of pain in your back there, sir? How much on a scale of 1 to 10?
About 2.
You said that was a little bit more.
Yeah,
maybe?
it's about 3 or 4.
Good. How much pain in your neck there? Not really.
One.
Anything. How about that?
Yeah, it's about 0.
Turn your side. Look at guys. Look how much he can look up. He can't look up at all. Now we're gonna check his knees. And guys, what? Listen in. You can hear his knees crickle. So go ahead and spread your feet just a tiny bit right there. Now squat. How's that? Oh man.
That's a 9.
Did you guys hear it? Goes. Squeeze as hard as you can. Okay. Look at this. Now squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Look at this. Squeeze as hard as you can. Nothing. A little. Nothing. Squeeze as hard as you can. Both hands are so freaking weak. This was a little bit weaker, but he's right-handed, so. But really, really, really weak. You ready for a miracle?
Yeah.
He's so cocky. He's so cocky. How nervous are you, sir?
About 8.
Gotcha, about 8. Good. I'm having trouble rotating him. I may change the adjustment in the future. We're going to go for this standard one right here. Okay. Let me have this.
Okay, so he's got sort of a modified, not your typical diversified, rotary type cervical adjustment. It looks a little bit more Gonstead influenced, although the patient is laying on his back and not seated. But so far so good.
Painful at all?
A little, just on the vibrating part, but like the actual turn, no.
Yeah, no, I was surprised. It went pretty easily.
Yeah.
I was expecting way harder.
I've gone to this chiropractor and we have never gotten that.
Even
Like
close.
you got all the way. Like I never felt it go all the way, so I always felt like I like a 1 or 2 click, you got like all of it.
Yeah,
So
cool. My method.
Which is good, because if we go back to the beginning of the video where he said he had done the acupuncture and some other therapy, I can't remember what else, some other therapy and chiropractic, previous chiropractic care, and he got a little bit better. I think he said his back pain got better, but all the carpal tunnel stuff and the knee pain did not resolve. One of the main reasons that stuff didn't resolve was he probably wasn't getting a good enough cervical adjustment. And the patient just admitted that, yeah, they would get it to go, or you'd hear a pop or a crack, but it was nothing like that. So most likely, I wasn't there, so this is just my opinion. Most likely what's been happening with this patient during his treatment at another chiropractic office was he just wasn't getting a good enough cervical adjustment. He wasn't getting a good enough neck adjustment. They might have been getting some motion, but they weren't getting enough motion. So it's not like Dr. Thayer here has perfected this certain magical technique that only he can perform that's going to cure all the world hunger in the world. But he probably just does a good, solid adjustment that's effective, that's going to get people better, which is great. But I have an idea that he's probably going to take all this credit, or just say that, it's because I think he was just getting ready to say my technique is just going to be, the guy probably just wasn't getting a good enough adjustment. And any other chiropractor that would have done a more thorough cervical adjustment, he probably would have gotten better results. But I'm sure we're going to hear all kinds of, I'm so great, my technique is so great, I'm such a great chiropractor, you're welcome.
The guys, is I'm trying to change the frame. Yeah. I'm not just trying to get a couple clicks out of your body. I'm trying to change the way your spine is shaped. And so you can see how much force I put in there. And it's not just to get a lot of cracks. I don't really give a shit about the cracks. It's about pushing, holding, changing, stretching.
He's doing stuff that no other chiropractor does. Very unique, very special. He's the only one that knows how to do this.
Putting the body in a different position. That's what I think he felt too. The best part about it wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. Okay, right in there.
So, who was it over here? I can't find it. Oh, yeah. El Pictu. The arrogance is a major issue. Yeah, I see it.
No screaming in pain. Come on, AJ, let's hear it. We had this vision, both of us, that he was going to be like that one patient from Maryland that we saw because his neck is so stiff. But you took that like a champ.
We like to help our patients up after their first adjustment. Sometimes they're a little lightheaded, sometimes a little disoriented. You can see Mayor's a little bit here. We're also reminding him not to twist and turn or he will undo my work. So let's check in and see how he's doing.
I feel a little light.
So, all right, we're going to bring this back. What did he just say?
Reminding him not to twist and turn or he will undo my work.
So he doesn't want the patient to twist and turn. Keep this in mind. Bookmark what I'm getting ready to say, because I think it's going to come into play later on. He's saying that he doesn't want the patient, once he gets up from the table, to twist and turn because he's going to undo his work. Is that all it takes? Is your work so minimal, so insignificant that all the patient would have to do, all they would have to do is twist and turn, and all your work is for nothing? That's interesting. Keep that in mind.
So let's check in and see how he's doing.
I feel a little lightheaded, lightheaded in the sense of like a...
We're going to adjust Mayor here, like we did with AJ. His neck doesn't rotate very much. I am adjusting it from the back, and I'm doing a pretty good job in a normal way, but it's still hard to rotate him, so I thought I'd try this one. And so he's the only second patient I've ever done this on. He's excited because he's seen AJ's video, and we'll let you guys watch. The real purpose of this is to create a proper curve in the neck. I can't wait to see how this works. Okay, let's go. Woo! Kind of interesting adjustment, huh?
Yeah, it was interesting. Get from the past ones.
Exactly from the back, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. How is that different than the ones when I do it when I have you laying down?
Definitely didn't feel the headache.
So I don't see anything special about that. He's basically did a prone cervical adjustment with the patient laying on his side instead of being face down. But I mean, if you want to say it's special, then that's fine.
Yeah.
With the crunch is still the same.
Yeah, what I love about it is that, again, it's directly working on his curve of his neck, and so I can't wait to see how he does.
I didn't feel the muscle
So are the majority of all cervical adjustments.
as tight as yesterday.
It was definitely much easier for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because yesterday I know that it felt really tight. I was like, oh, geez, that's not good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, this one, good right there.
Yeah. I almost like slid off.
I know.
That noise sounded weird. Hold on.
Yeah.
This one, good right there.
That sounded weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just
I almost like slid off.
I know. Wow. That was pretty intense. Get up off the chair, please. Good. And so that's actually still better than it was. Put your feet closer together. Now try to get up like that.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
I know. I got it.
Oh, no.
I got it. Just. Oh, whoa. That was way faster than I thought it was going to be. How'd that feel? Was that painful?
No, it wasn't painful.
So why don't you do that more often?
Now that I learned the relax method, I will start doing that more often. I feel like I'm doing really great. Definitely, I've seen the most improvement I have in a very, very, very long time.
Good.
As long as you keep with the program and do what the doc says, you'll be fine.
Best answer this year. What did you learn last night about the posture stuff I taught you? I loved how you said that. You said about you changed your balance. And tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I started, with the new posture, and I started getting like a rocking groove, and with that, changing my center of gravity, basically.
And you felt that.
I felt that,
Yeah.
and it made everything felt more the most normal I felt in a very long time in terms of walking and feeling not robotic and stiff, which I've been doing for the last.
And all he did was change his posture, just the lower part of the neck, so that when he does his posture, he can relax his shoulders a little bit more. I'm going to push in your shoulders. This is going to hurt like a son of a gun here. Most important thing is to breathe in your nose, out your mouth.
Ooh, right there.
So
that's
now,
a 7.
That's a
Oh,
7.
yeah.
See, it's only a 7 in his face. Look at his face. Does that look like a 7, guys? I'm going to let go in a second. You can tell the camera what you feel after I let go. Good.
Oh my God. I feel like 1,000 pounds just like lifted off me.
How does the brain feel after that?
Ooh, clear. Just.
We're just in his lower neck, guys. Let your head just fall this way. He's really tight. I have no idea how much we're going to adjust him. Okay, good. And now you're going to turn your head to the left, please. Oh, wow. That even...
Go back. Maybe not even on my video because audio may be distorted with the screen grab. But go back and watch, and I always link the original stuff in the description below. Watch this video, the original, on your own. Did that sound weird? Let's listen again. And if you have headphones, that may make it better. Hold on.
This. Oh, wow. That even surprised me.
Let's try this side.
You okay?
Yeah, I just gotta like calm myself.
Calm down. Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah. I want you to bring your head forward like a turtle, like more like a turtle. Excellent.
You almost hear how there's almost some background noise that goes away at the exact same time that you hear the adjustment noise. That's very interesting because to me, that doesn't sound normal or natural. And he doesn't have like the wrist Rode mics or any other mic that seems to be close by that would capture that. So that's is what it is. It's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. It's interesting.
Holy moly, huh?
Basically the best I felt about 4 or 5 years, honestly. Definitely what he does. And if you follow the homework, you definitely learn to kind of enjoy your old body again. And that's the best way of saying it.
The way I'm teaching him to walk, that he's having the same kind of euphoric, relaxing feeling.
Yeah.
And he's forgot how important that is and how good it feels.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, awesome.
Definitely the patience. Because
Patience for you?
For me,
Okay.
because once you do your adjustment, you definitely feel this like pain lifted, and like I said, you want to go like 100, right? And it's just because you've been restricted for so long that now it's like this power is kind of like back to you, but then depending on how long you had your issue, like it's not that quite simple. So
Exactly.
It's just learning to be
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so just learning to kind of like
Talks about the other chiropractor we used to go to that used to come away and the improvement would last how long?
a couple hours at best, maybe that night.
Yeah. And so you leave the office going, oh, I feel better. Thank you,
Yeah.
doc.
Yeah.
And then, so how is this compared to that?
Oh, it lasts days. Like
exactly.
I literally it has not been a time where literally after even the first day, like where it didn't come back to the levels prior.
Yeah.
It was always like.
And we addressed that earlier in the video, most likely because this doc is performing a better adjustment, which is fine. There's plenty of times where I've adjusted a patient and the patient's like, wow, I've never heard that before. I've never felt that big of an adjustment before. It's probably because they've not been adjusted that firmly or that strongly before, and they're getting a more thorough and more adequate adjustment, which is fine. But it's not like me or this guy or any other doc that's in that situation is performing, at least most of the time, is performing some kind of supernatural, magical 10 out of 10 S tier adjustment. It's better than what the patient was getting before. Simple as that.
Less and less. And so
But as long as the patient's getting better,
You
that's
came
all
in for
that
knee
matters.
pain, right? Knee
Yeah.
pain was your primary. Why are you laughing?
Because I know what you're going to say.
Right knee, how much better is that?
Oh, it's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hand numbness?
A lot of it's gone. There's still some there, but definitely like I've can almost make a fist.
The weak grip?
Yeah, much better. I can actually open jars easier than before.
And sleep?
Sleep definitely much better.
So the funny thing is he also has shoulder problems, which I didn't even know about.
And then the plantar fasciitis.
And the plantar
that
fasciitis
was
too.
probably all day.
It's not even written on here because he didn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
And so how much better are your shoulders?
Oh, a whole lot better.
And we didn't even know they were a problem at first.
Yeah.
And then how much your feet?
Feet's really good too.
So that all is explained within itself. If you've ever been to the chiropractor and you know anything about it, a lot of the nerves that come out your cervical spine go down through the shoulder area and down into your arms. That explains his carpal tunnel issues. That explains his weak grip. That explains all that stuff. The shoulder pain. You adjust the cervical spine, you fix this, all this other stuff falls into place. I mean, that's chiropractic 101, basic stuff.
And you've been suffering that your whole life almost.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It was so consistent that he didn't even mention it in his history.
Yeah.
Didn't even mention it that he had plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, because the knee felt so much, or I focused on the pain on the knee so much that I completely ignored my foot.
Yeah, interesting.
You only touched my neck.
Only
That's
the
it.
neck, guys. Only just the neck.
Only the neck.
Right?
Amazing.
Only the neck. And so when you guys always go, it's not the neck. Neck does nothing. You're full of shit, Dr. Thayer.
Yeah, I've gotten adjusted.
Only
I got
the
adjusted
neck.
throughout the back, the hip, all that.
Toes, ankles,
Yeah,
knees. You said the other guy used to pull on your knee, adjust your knee.
Yeah. Pull my leg to adjust. Yeah, and I would like on the side. And then that like that. Again, like I said, it lasted an hour or two. Except at the night, the next morning.
Have I massaged your leg at all? Have I adjusted anything below your
literally,
neck?
It's literally just the neck.
Just neck.
And everything just falls into place.
I know it's hard for your chiropractors to believe that, but you should. And the reason you should is you don't have to get away from your type of treatment, but you should understand the neck is really freaking important and get a good neck adjustment, and you could do all the other bullshit thing you do, but you'll get your patients better.
Yeah.
So there's the God complex again. Just do what I tell you to do. Just do what I do. Just do this one magical thing that I do, and you can still do all your other bull crap that you do that you don't need to do because it's worthless. But just do what I do, and your patients will get better. So, yeah, this guy's super annoying. I can understand why it's like that. But I'm not debating the whole fact of the cervical adjustment. There's a whole technique out there, upper cervical. That's all they treat. You can walk in an upper cervical clinic and you've got debilitating low back pain, sciatica shooting down your neck. They're not going to go anywhere near your low back. They're not even going to go near your mid back or your upper back. It's going to be all cervical adjustments. So it's not like this guy's recreating the wheel or doing anything magical, but it sure does appear so if you were to ask him. So yeah, I totally get the arrogance. I totally get the annoyance. Maybe that's why his channel sucks now. Maybe that's why he doesn't get many views. But before we leave, I've got 2 bonus videos that is while I was scrolling through his thumbnails here and his channels, they caught my attention. So I can only imagine where this is going to go. They're very short, so stick with me. They're really short. But I want to react to them and I want to take a look at them because I used to offer them myself. So this one is stem cell therapy costs and benefit reviewed by a chiropractor. And apparently he did it on his phone because it's in the portrait view, which is dumb, but whatever. Let's take a look.
She has gone to Mexico and is injecting over 700 million stem cells into her body because of low back pain. I encourage you to go check her channel out. It's really quite interesting. She talks about all the processes she's gone through and all the results she's gained from having all these stem cells injected into her. Normally when I see these kind of procedures on social media, I just shake my head because I know it's going to be useless. But people still have to learn for themselves, and I totally get that. But in this case, I had to say something. She is paying $20,000 for 2 rounds of stem cell injections.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money. She's overpaying.
I find that egregious. And I know it ain't going to work. And there's a
He knows it ain't going to work.
much better option for you. And so I'm going to share that with you. Going down the rabbit hole of stem cell therapy, I found this guy. Charging between $4,000 and $17,000 to go to Mexico and just get injected with this stuff. Unbelievable. So I think there's 3 main issues here.
So you don't have to go to Mexico to get this treatment, and you definitely don't have to go to Mexico to get this treatment for that price. For that price, you can find tons of clinics here in the United States. Now, if you are going to go down to Mexico or some other countries where before it became popular up here in the States, it's where a lot of celebrities and pro athletes were going. Price was much cheaper.
1, you hardly see any testimonials on this. This
There's plenty of testimonials.
lady is the best one I've seen so far because she really goes over it in detail how she feels. And she's still 6 to 8 weeks out and still only kind of better. The other one is the egregious cost. It's absolutely out of control. I cannot believe you go to Mexico and pay that much money. Ridiculous.
That's true because you can stay here in the States and get it for the same price or cheaper.
The last one is it's just merely inflammation control.
No, it's not.
Reducing inflammation will make anybody feel better, but it's drugs. It ain't fixing the cause. 3 big negatives right off
That's wrong too.
the bat. So I have 3 main arguments against stem cell therapy. If you really want to see testimonials, I got thousands of them. You can
Okay, so that has nothing to do with stem cells. That's his own. That didn't make any sense.
watch from beginning to end people getting better, actually better. 2, it's way, way, way freaking cheaper. Way cheaper. And 3, you don't have to
This
wait
guy's annoying.
6 to 8 weeks to see only minor improvement. You'll see it in the first couple days. So I'm going to give you a free offer.
Okay, I don't care about your free offer. So I can dispute this with personal experience. Pre-COVID, we offered stem cell therapy and PRP therapy in my office. Now, I can't perform those injections and those procedures as a chiropractor, so I brought in a nurse practitioner to perform those treatments. Also in the state of Tennessee, nurse practitioners aren't independent. They have to have medical oversight. So we had a medical director, a medical doctor that also does a lot of stem cell and PRP in his office. And I saw firsthand the results that we received from patients, or the patients received in our office, and personally, because I wasn't going to give it to patients without doing it first myself, through years of weight training, years of football, and years of wrestling, I had destroyed both, and years of being a chiropractor, I had destroyed both of my shoulders. I had the worst shoulder pain. Yes, I had done all the therapies and treatments and PT and chiropractic and all this stuff with minimal relief. I did stem cell and PRP therapy in both shoulders, and within a few days, not weeks, within a few days, had 0 out of 10 pain. It was the most remarkable thing that I'd ever gone or ever seen personally in my journey with the shoulder pain. And that's been years ago, and my shoulder pain is still gone. We saw all kinds of patients with knee pain, knee arthritis, wrist and hand pain, not being able to grip. All that was resolved. Now you go into more spinal stuff. We didn't do that because that needs guidance. That would be performed in our medical doctor's office, and he did a ton of that in the spine. But as far as his arguments here, none of which are true. Now, the price can be super expensive. Stem cell is not cheap. PRP is a little bit more affordable. You don't have to go to Mexico to get this treatment. First of all, I'm not saying this as an advertisement for my office because we don't do it anymore. Once COVID came along, people didn't have the extra money to be thrown at this service in my area, so we stopped doing it. But I know for a fact $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 is probably going to be what you're going to pay for 1 cc of stem cell, whether you're doing that in your shoulder or your knee. But this whole $15,000, $20,000, I don't know where he's getting those numbers unless these people are getting multiple locations like both knees, both shoulders, lumbar spine, whatever. But yeah, you do not have to go to Mexico and spend that kind of money to get this type of treatment. Most larger cities are going to have doctors that can do this for you. So just seems to be another one of his God complex things like from earlier. Anything else other than what he does in his office is bogus, and it's not going to do anything. So I don't know, kind of stupid. But let's go over here to this last one. Then we'll end this video. This one's only a minute long. Traction and decompression, what doctors and chiropractors don't want you to know. Let's hear what he has to say about that.
You guys know this is just temporary relief, right? Just like this, temporary relief from traction. Medical doctors, physical therapists, and chiropractors have been pushing this old idea on you guys for years. The idea is to pull discs apart or injure discs apart to create space or healing to the disc. Well, it's all poppycock because Sir Isaac Newton found gravity exists on the planet. So guess what? Balls fall back to the planet, and humans are in contact with the planet because of gravity. The Earth even pushes up against you, creating a vice grip effect in your back. So even though the distraction table feels good, it's only short-lived because we are under gravity 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Medicine has even found that traction is temporary. Look at these studies. The only way to permanently fix your back is to fix your balance. When you have good balance, you spread all the forces of gravity evenly across your body, decreasing the leverage and torque to individual joints that are decaying because of gravity. See you on the next video.
All right, so that's kind of dumb. So he's basically saying that gravity is the only thing that's causing our pain, and if you fix your balance, that you're not going to have arthritis or anything else, and that it's just temporary and it doesn't really fix anything, which is totally ridiculous. I have offered decompression in my office for years, and the results that we have received with patients in the cervical and lumbar spine who have disc issues, that have symptoms shooting down their arms, into their hands, or down their legs, and into their feet has been life-changing for these patients. And yes, we do chiropractic as well on these patients, but they don't get as much treatment with chiropractic alone as they do with the decompression. And Dr. Thayer even said in the very first video that we reacted to when he told the patient, hey, don't twist and turn when you get up because you're going to undo all my work. That sounds pretty temporary to me. So I don't know, other than the fact of what we've thought about this guy from the beginning of the video, that he keeps proving he has a significant God complex issue. It's nothing other than what he does is going to be good enough for any patient. And anything else that any other doctor is doing that isn't exactly what he's doing is, it's a waste of time. It's worthless. It's not really doing anything. It's just placebo effect. It's going to wear off. I don't know. It's just kind of silly. It's kind of sad. But I get it. He's been around a while. He's been doing it for a long time. So I'm sure his ego is quite large. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed our reaction to SoCal Chiropractic, Dr. Thayer. Good adjuster, good doctor, great chiropractor, shitty ego.